This is a great book. We are finally on the last of the Percy Jackson series, titled The Last Olympian. And it's really, really good. So the entire series, we have been building up to a big final battle between Kronos, the Titan Lord who has been trapped for all of this time, but has slowly been materializing and gathering forces through the entire series. And Percy and all of the Half-Bloods have to somehow defeat him. And the gods are helping, sort of, but they're kind of busy for a long time, defeating sort of basically Kronos has a person who's distracting all the gods. And so they're all fighting him, and so it's up to Percy and the other Half-Bloods, Annabeth, Grover, and even Tyson has a role to play, for all of them to come together and defend Olympus, the Empire State Building. It is epic, and it feels like all of the build-up has been worth it. What I love about this final battle is that it starts on page 173 of, I think there's 381 pages. So we get almost 200 pages of battle, and it's so good. Like, there is not one bad scene. There's nothing that feels like filler. It is just battles and then talking and figuring things out, and then more battles, and then different things happen. Like, there's always, it's not just like battle. It's like, you know, there's reinforcements coming in that you didn't expect, and then, you know, they find out some clue to figuring out how to kill Kronos, and just, it's such good battle scene, and it just keeps you engaged, and it's so good. But the other thing that Rick Riordan does with this final book is there are no loose threads left hanging. He remembers everything that he ever introduced, at least as far as, you know, like, important stuff goes. Grover's whole storyline about Pan and trying to save the woods and whatever, that's wrapped up. Nico's whole storyline about being the outcast and sad, that's wrapped up. Heck, even Ethan Namakura, or whatever his last name is, who was introduced last book, who really didn't matter that much, and you probably could have gotten away with the book without him, that's wrapped up. Everything comes to a satisfying conclusion at the end of this book. We have Rachel there learning about herself. We have the prophecy and all that means, and of course it doesn't mean what you think it means. We have Luke's whole storyline wrapped up. We got to know him, but he was weird and angry, and then it just gets better, and it's so good. And of course we get Percy and Annabeth's little side romance. That's wrapped up real nicely. We get, everything is just tied up in this cute little bow. It is so good, and it makes the whole thing worth it. I think that I have read, and I'm gonna dig deep into the things that make me upset. I have read the second series of books that Rick Riordan wrote about Percy Jackson, and I can't remember what that one was called right now. But anyway, I read that series, and the ending of that series was so incredibly unsatisfying, and it had even more build up to this final battle that lasted a few pages, and there were so many loose ends, and it just killed the entire series for me. Endings are so incredibly important in my mind, and because this ending is so good, it makes everything worth it. I have said some negative things about this series, not very many, but there are a few things that kind of are boring or not really that compelling or interesting. But this last book makes it so worth it because it's so good. I would venture to say that it is the best in the entire series, and there's just not a dull moment, and it's just so good. And you know what else made me really happy? I remember when I first read it, there's this one god that has not been mentioned in the entire series. And I know this because I was a little bit of a nerd about Greek gods as a kid. I think most people were. Anyway, and she was not mentioned throughout the entire series, and she plays an intricate role in this final book. It's like he was waiting. He's like, I know that you guys have all forgotten about this one. And I'm like, I didn't forget about this one. He was like, well, here's a gift for you, Madison. Here it is. You got it. You got this person, and she's important. Makes me happy. So this book is good. It's really, really good. And the entire Percy Jackson series is really, really good. I really like it. And it is so good. And it's so nice to go back and read the series again and just know that my original feelings about it were the same. Because, again, I've read series where I thought they were really good at first, and then I read them again, and I was like, meh, this series holds up. This series stands the test of time. It is still really good. Me, it's my 21-year-old self can say that, and it's great. It's really great. And, yeah, I think I'll be done now. Oh, can you tell I liked it at all? So the next book we're going to read is To Kill a Mockingbird, which should be interesting because I have different feelings on that book than a lot of people do. So, yeah, we'll get to that. I just happen to own it. I'm not sure I would have bought it if I didn't already have it, you know. But I'll read it again, and I'll see how I feel about it and report back to you guys. So, see you then.